Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another What If It. Today we're doing part 8 to what if Naruto was born with a kitsune and genkai. If you don't know what happened in the last part, there will be a link in the description down below which will take you to a playlist where you can watch all the previous parts in order. With that out of the way, let's get into this. So a year would go by from when Naruto had started training with what's her name? Tsunade. Because during that year, sometime around about 2 to 4 months after Naruto had awakened, her fourth tail, it's the rookie 8, because Sasuke wouldn't be there, so yeah, rookie 12, rookie 11, I think it's the rookie 11. 8. I don't know, all these rookies would end up being promoted to tuning with, I think, I can't remember his name, Neji being promoted to special Jonin, and also just doing somewhat of that, or at least when she came back. Now, she'd also somewhat would promote Naruto to Jonin as two, or at least somewhat. Of course, Naruto had been, of course, taken B and even A rank. He didn't exactly want Naruto taking A rank, but he ended up with somehow taking 3 A ranks, or at least B's going to A's. 2 of them somewhat had him leading somewhat being the leader of somewhat a group of tuning, and somewhat the other one was, oddly enough, somehow becoming a leader of a pack of Jonin. Which was kind of somewhat odd. It was more or less kind of Kekkai had decided to somewhat ask if obviously he could bring somewhat Naruto along on this somewhat A rank with somewhat Asuma and, I would say Kunai, but the only really good thing Kunai could do was Genjutsu. So yeah, screw fun. And Kunai somewhat on a mission, and Kekkai thought, it'd be somewhat good, somewhat obviously for Naruto plus, he's obviously somewhat strong in that, so Tsunade, of course, he said fine, but if Naruto ended up dying or that, it's on his head. Kekkai nodded, and Naruto went from Kekkai being somewhat a leader due to having the most experience out of the two Jonin and one Chunin, to Naruto becoming the leader due to somewhat kind of the fighting and somewhat the just on the fly ability of making plans and that. And of course, somewhat going up to Jonin also somewhat meant that Naruto was also told of somewhat his father, who his father finally was. Of course, Dry and Kekkai were there due to the fact they were both close to Minato. One seeing him as a father figure, that being, of course, I think a rough father figure, and obviously Dry seeing him as a son. So yeah, and so Naruto would now be a Jonin, but also Naruto had also on the same day as the promotion, or at least Sakura's promotion from getting into Chunin and his from Chunin to Jonin, they would all leave except for Sakura and Naruto due to the fact Naruto had given Tsunade somewhat that look, telling her that he kind of wants to tell Sakura. And so they did tell Sakura that somewhat about his kind of bloodline limit, genkai. And of course, and showed up as well. Also, going back a bit, somewhat a week. Well, yeah, they'd also had spent a week, somewhat once Naruto had gained his, a fourth tail. They spent a week just trying out possibly everything. Somewhat with Naruto, instead of, someone like Hiruzen, who gave Naruto a couple of hours, someone with him, to see, some of the fertile abilities, what he got. Somewhat Tsunado's like, yeah, no, we're spending a week just figuring out what you can and can't do with the fourth tail. Doing so, they'd somewhat learnt that Naruto could also generate lightning, though they weren't sure if that was a fourth ability, like a fourth tail, ability, or somewhat from the 3 tails, and just Naruto would never bother trying to generate lightning. Yeah, though somewhat, there is somewhat also learnt that his speed and strength was triple, so times 3 was triple, so both strength and speed was tripled. I think I'm just repeating myself anyway. Though somewhat at the moment Naruto would be coming back from Naruto would be kind of just walking back from a mission, as he'd somewhat walk through the gates, as he would just kind of say hi to the 2 gate guards, as they would say hi back. Alright, the abilities for the fourth tail. So he can when he'd figured out that he could modify his clothing, he was ecstatic. He was finally because he could finally wear whatever he likes without having to potentially cut a small hole and then use a sill to to detect when a tail of someone was starting to generate, as it did have a slight occasional bug where if Naruto had transformed into a female, it would trigger, and so he'd just have a kind of hole in the back. And though they'd also realised that he had, or at least the unconscious ability. Tsunade ended up or at least having Naruto go into his female self, and Tsunade ended up just giving Naruto and very much telling Naruto to put it on. She gave Naruto a form-fitting dress. Though after kind of putting it on, Tsunade then told Naruto to shapeshift into a kitsune form. And Naruto would go, I'd break the ears back because of the ears. Like, you don't know that. It's like, maybe, but have you forgot you could modify clothes slightly, maybe unconsciously. So just who knows, maybe subconsciously, you subconscious may as you generate tail, your body will modify the clothes to have a small hole big enough for the obviously tail to go through, and small enough to obviously not be noticed. She progressively nodded and shape-shifted, and that was indeed true. And that was somewhat exciting. And of course, the more tails she pulled out, the wider the hole got to support the more tails. But and of course, when Naruto pulled all the tails back in, shape-shifted back into a female form, the hole was never there. So that, and also it was kind of because it also or at least it also tried to done a obviously fishnet top, or well, shirt and somebody skirt, kind of curious to see if she could obviously somewhat make a dress. Well, it in a way did make a dress, as it did go from, it did make it a one piece, but well, yeah, the store very much stayed somewhat semi-transparent, so yeah. And though of course somewhat so slightly, of course, was somewhat slightly disheartened, as it meant that she'd have to obviously wear another top on top, and then somewhat with that, yeah, though seemingly after, though sometimes she'd end up deciding to see what would happen if she just dumped a lot of chakra, and of course though she'd somewhat kind of figured, well, if it's say you maybe needs a load of chakra, I'd kind of initially kind of went 1/10. Nothing happened. It slowly went from 1/10 to 1/9 to 1/8, and went all the way up to 1/4 of her somewhat overall reserves, and somewhat that actually triggered the entire thing to move into an actual dress that was somewhat in his, well, in her mind that she's picturing. And yeah, so she's somewhat excited up until somewhat she'd try, well, she was like, okay, well, let's just, well, yeah, she then went, oh, I should test if somewhat the release won't dispel it, or at least somewhat seemingly somewhat cuts, and that didn't really seem, well, it obviously did tear the fabric, but that was it. Putting her fingers together and saying release did turn them back into what they initially was, a fishnet shirt, and a black somewhat skirt connected somewhat together as a single one piece thing, which, yeah, though the cut was vanished due to the manipulation of clothing, that so it pretty much told that she couldn't generate clothes, but she could manipulate them, and as long as she didn't say release, she could somewhat manipulate them, though it did consume chakra to hold it, say, as a dress or something like that. So yeah, it could make solid clothes out of chakra. Granted, could use transformation, but obviously a single hit anywhere would somewhat dispel it, so being able to take a hit and not have, say, your clothes dispel is pretty good. So yeah, and yeah, I think I was going to give her an ability, I can't remember. Anyway, though, yeah, and yeah, though, and somewhat, yeah, though, of course, somewhat the 1 year mark, though currently somewhat Naruto, but yeah, after somewhat, yeah, once somewhat you just walk through the village, there was still the occasional glare from the somewhat villagers, but it was kind of starting to get somewhat uncommon now, as well, yeah, they were of course starting to somewhat, of course, accept, and heck, they started to accept him once he became a tuning, and now somewhat accept, well, yeah, and that exception, yeah, of course, more started to accept, and even faster as he grew to, well, somewhat became a jonin, and continued to show that he somewhat would lay down his life to protect Konoha. And yeah, and from there, though somewhat would arrive and would just open up the door. Tsunade somewhat would look up curious to somewhat, well, yeah, hearing the somewhat door from office somewhat kind of creak somewhat open. She'd look up to wonder who it'd be. It would either be some of the elders, Donzo, or Naruto, who she slightly hoped it was. And it'd be confirmed as the person would say, "Hey, Pa-chan," as Tsunade would somewhat, I would somewhat twitch. Though, and yeah, as somewhat though Naruto should go, well then, how did the somewhat mission go? Somewhat it was, just, it went okay. Somewhat just like all the other somewhat missions. So then was it a success? Well, Naruto just look, what do you think it should go? She just somewhat started Naruto, and they would seemingly just stare at one another for a while as Naruto would just go, well, yes, well, though he'd somewhat nod, it was a success. And yeah, a somewhat kind of verbal, obviously somewhat of what happened during the mission and that. Somewhat later, and now to also handle ND report as well. How well? Because somewhat, of course, now being a Jonini, also, well, yeah, to, of course, not just verbally say what happened, but also kind of write it down for archiving. And, well, yeah, so kind of on the way back, somebody would generally write down what happened. It would generally somewhat walk back, and that would generally somewhat kind of slightly tire him out, mainly due to the actual level of detail in it. Naruto was the only one that had a decent amount of somewhat detail in it. Heck, his first one sounded more like a story than an actual report, which was, though, yeah, it wasn't such, well, it was like a literal story of the entire somewhat mission from his point of view, which, well, yes, Tsunade ended up somewhat correcting that as, well, yeah, she didn't exactly, somewhat, Naruto ended up somewhat, turning every somewhat mission, that written mission report into a, story. Yeah, though kind of Naruto had done that kind of unconsciously without knowing he did it. Anyway, yeah. Though Tsunade somewhat, though Naruto would ask if somewhat she could have the Anbu go out, she'd crack an eyebrow, though she would ask if her Anbu could leave. Yeah, Naruto would place down a privacy seal as Tsunade would kind of somewhat straighten up. It was important if Naruto was putting down one of his privacy barriers. And yeah, should go, what's up? As Naruto would kind of go, well, I kind of thought one of the Akatsuki members should blink you. What? That places the mission on somewhat NS? No, it happened after the mission. Once I was coming back, it's like, no, it was just one, and kind of just by luck, you could say, we just ended up kind of coming across one another, and yeah, somebody of course had a spar, and I ended up going into my kitsune form. So I know somewhat would go somewhat, so they know, well, kind of, I guess, though somewhat that I ended up convincing the person that it was just a form of what the fox gives me. Like, I can use his chakra and kind of if I do it in such a way, I can become a female with tails. And the person believed me 100%. So now that we just facepalm those who would somewhat sign and go, you got lucky there, which Naruto would nod. And yeah, those should go, those somewhat have a name for this person. Naruto would shake his head, sorry Bartan, though he did have 4 masks that could use some of the elements. Well, yeah, he had somewhat 4 masks, as he and the 4 masks could use all 5 elements, though 1 mask for each element, with him providing the last and 5th element. Snyder somewhat would kind of just nod at that, and yeah, though Naruto would also somewhat say like they could also separate from his body in that, and yeah, though should not do, yeah, those somewhat and talk about somewhat a bit more before their seemingly conversation end up going to a different direction, with somewhat Tsunade finally asking after a couple of minutes, Naruto, are you by any chance ever going to somewhat tell Kakashi? It's somewhat, though Naruto's like, I don't know, Barchan is should go, well, I think he, or at least in my opinion, something you should after. So all you've got to, well, yeah, you've known him for a year and what, pretty much 6 months now. Well, yeah, around about 5-6 months now. So that, and yeah, though of course it's somewhat up to you. Though Naruto just Naruto would somewhat kind of yawn and should somewhat go, are you okay? Is Naruto go? Yeah, just also in that fight I ended up using a bit of the Fox's chakra as well, as somewhat Naruto did a little bit, just enough for his eyes to actually go red when he entered his kitsune's form, so he had pretty much red slitted eyes and 4 swaying somewhat yellow tails tipped white. Yeah, which probably sealed the deal. Anyway, there was so much Naruto should tell Naruto to just kind of somewhat go to sleep. Well, yeah, to somewhat he was dismissed, though they would talk about the potential of Kakashi knowing later, telling Kakashi later. Naruto nod, and the next day would go by with Naruto pretty much going home and just sleeping, due to the somewhat drain of due to the somewhat the drain of not only kind of using the Fox chakra but also shapeshifting into his kitsune state and fighting one of the Akatsuki members. Yeah. Anyway, though next, though of course it's somewhat being morning, and Tsunade would somewhat ask Susan if she could go get somewhat Naruto, and yeah, somewhat to go get Naruto, and should somewhat ask Kat if, and should somewhat ask Kat if she could go get, so Naruto would she'd just ask she should go get Naruto. So nod, and a couple of minutes later, Naruto would somewhat come in slightly tired, but yeah, they would somewhat talk. They're somewhat would end up leaving, as they would end up talking about potentially Kakashi knowing that eventually Naruto would end up agreeing, and somewhat should end up somewhat Cat being the only one allowed to stay in, would somewhat should ask if somewhat she could go get Kakashi. She'd somewhat nod as she would, and yeah, of course somewhat and after that they somewhat told Kakashi of Naruto's double S rank secret, and somewhat they gave him, he was a new cat, obviously knows Cat slash Yugao knows, obviously Tsunade and Shizun and Sakura as well, and somewhat nod, and though Naruto would say, would at least go and somewhat would try and say sorry, though Kakashi would cut him off and he'd go, there's no need to say sorry, Naruto. It's Naruto, but there's no bad to Naruto. Somewhat do I feel sad or hurt that you don't trust me, or like do you didn't have at least some enough trust in me to somewhat not tell anyone about double S rank secret? Understandable, it's a double S rank, S and double S rank I'm fine with, but like, you know, somewhat, yeah, with somebody else finding out prior to me, even though somewhat we just knew one another, really got to know one another about the same time. But yeah, though if it was an A or even B rank, yeah, I would be somewhat upset, but S, double S, I could care less on. If I could be the last person on the planet to find out and I wouldn't, well, okay, maybe then I'd be mad, but for a different reason. Though somewhat like, no, that would just somewhat nod and would blow a slight sigh. And yeah, from there, 6 months would go by. Though currently Tsunade would be sitting down, so I assume she has a home, so yeah, she'd be sitting down somewhat in her home. I should be somewhat kind of trying to decide who should bring with on this somewhat mission. Yes, Tsunade assigned herself a mission. Well, this mission came from the Fire Daimyo himself. It was somewhat a yearly kind of thing where somewhat it would have somewhat, you know, kind of some his, yeah, like high class, kind of say rich people, influential, and some other people from the somewhat land fire. And yeah, and he of course always sent a message to Konoha, a somewhat mission to Konoha, which required a minimum of 3 people. Land every year, though somewhat the somewhat go to kind of A, act like guests to blend in, but also B, to be there as security, due to the fact almost every year there's always been shinobi, somewhat ninja, rogue, or hired to attack when this somewhat happens. And yeah, though of course, the reason why Snyder signed part on that was because it was a normal thing actually for this mission to always somewhat have though of course somewhat the minimum mission rank, the minimal rank clearance was Jonin, so pretty much A rank. And yeah, and of course she'd put herself down as somewhat, it was also a way for the Fire Daimyo to kind of, you know, somewhat speak with the current Hokage and to somewhat find out how they obviously somewhat the his parents military force is and somewhat, yeah, and so I'm going there pretty much invites them into his palace. And yeah, that. So Tsunade's pretty much a no-go. She's pretty much already kind of practically assigned there, so signed the mission. So yeah. So she'd already kind of thought about and had, kind of mentally agreed that she'd put Naruto on it. As somewhat his his ability to go kitsune just in case an S rank shinobi were to try and say kill the Fire Daimyo or that. So yeah. What else? Oh yeah, that, and well yeah, though Naruto would very much be female, we'd have to go as a gal due to the fact of the possibility as if there is a obviously S rank threat, Naruto would go from pretty much being female, yeah, I'll explain later why. Yeah, it just somewhat made the most sense from, instead of going from, you know, somewhat wearing a kind of suit to now being female, somewhat with a suit on, which wouldn't exactly work in the Fire Downey's Palace, you know. Females wear dresses, males wear suits, so Naruto would have to come in female just in case there is a S rank threat, so he could obviously shapeshift from his female state into his kitsune state, which is female, and proceed to fight against said threat. Yeah, those should somewhat looking through should think about somewhat Kekkai, as somewhat Naruto and Kekkai have started to kind of started to kind of grow a somewhat brotherly sisterly relationship with one another. And yeah, those somewhat should think about, of course it's a minimum of 3, a max, and a somewhat max of 4 generally, because, well, at least, of course, while it wasn't actually stated to have a somewhat real max, so she could literally send all the somewhat A ranking journey to the missions with her, which would be stupid and just, you know, but yeah, that also look weird. So generally 3 to 4 max, and Houston generally brought 3 people though. Well, yeah, those should somewhat think about that, and I should think, well, if obviously somewhat Kekkai gets to go with Naruto, should think, well, Kat should also Yuga should also come along due to somewhat Naruto and Yuga / Kat's relationship had also kind of evolved to a sisterly bond, due to the fact not only, well, yeah, Kat had ended up finally finishing training Naruto. There was nothing more that she could train Naruto with, and so she'd ended up revealing some of her real name and of course actual face to Naruto, and from there they would occasionally, of course, somewhat hang out. Yeah, though somewhat Naruto generally somewhat make himself or at least would shapeshift if they were somewhat having a female day. Naruto would somewhat shapeshift himself obviously into his female self, but with somewhat either somewhat darker blonde hair or lighter blonde hair, and somewhat either darker blue eyes or even red to violet eyes. So yeah, and of course no whisker marks. So normally you would be able to go, oh look, that's somewhat Naruto, you know, transformed as a girl, you know, yeah, but you know, somewhat pervert. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, though of course somewhat it only being allowed for Jonin, of course meant Sakura would be allowed, but yeah, 4 was more than enough. That and the fact that all 3 of them would somewhat be able to work very damn good with one another, due to the fact they all, well, yeah, they've, or at least all sparred, of course, separately with Naruto, so Naruto could actually work with them and her herself very much well. So if they're obviously A or most likely A with some B rank threats, though if there is an S, they would definitely have the best chance. And yeah, though so much and kind of know like Naruto would definitely moan about having to kind of somewhat wear a dress, but oh well. And yeah, and so yeah, that would be next week. They'd have to leave for the somewhat capital in 5 days, as it was a somewhat they would of course head there by some shinobi speed, so jump through the treetops, and they would arrive there somewhat within a day. Yeah, within like kind of by the end of somewhat the day, if they leave around 8 o'clock. And yeah, so yeah, though finally somewhat should after deciding, because she'd write down, well, yeah, she'd already somewhat written down her and Naruto. I should finish writing down Kakashi and, well, yeah, Kakashi into Yugao's somewhat names as she'd then somewhat roll the scroll up. I should then somewhat get up and go to her bed and turn off the light and go to sleep. Next morning, she'd of course somewhat get dressed and would go to the office. And yeah, once somewhat it was around 8, she'd ask Cat to go. Yeah, she'd somewhat ask Cat, and well, yeah, she'd go. She'd go Ambu as all 4 would drop. As they'd go, hi, Okage-sama. Cat, I want you to go get Naruto and bring him here. And one of you to go get Kakashi. And also, once you do get the people I ordered, I want you to stay out. Though, Cat, you can obviously come in. That's a reason why you'll be somewhat needed on this mission as well. Should somewhat lift up. Oh yeah, they would go hi. I should go dismiss. They would somewhat leave but well yeah. Seconds later, Kakashi would somewhat arrive as. Well, yeah, they'd somewhat also doing the somewhat year and 6 months. So now they, from a suggestion from Naruto, kind of like slightly jokingly from Naruto, somewhat Tsunade had put Kakashi on antidepressants, and it worked wonders for Kakashi. And yeah, granted, he was getting out of his depression slowly, but the antidepressants kicked it up to 11. And yeah, so he was was putting a lot more effort into regaining his somewhat strength, and yeah, he was training with Guy and wearing weights as well. He didn't even really somewhat use his Sharingan to train his strength and abilities. So like when he did use the Sharingan, all his abilities and that would get a boost in strength instead of what it currently was, which was a crutch. He always used it. It would just be a last resort, somewhat kind of boost in abilities. Anyway, yeah. Though of course a somewhat minute later, somewhat Naruto would. Yeah, they would somewhat. Naruto would come in. I should tell Naruto. Naruto would somewhat walk and go with somewhat slightly on, would go, hey Barton, what's up? I should go, well, first thing that I want you to put up a privacy barrier. Now to blink and go, and someone would see me straighten up and go hi. I should, put down a some tag as a barrier would erupt from that ceiling, pretty much the place in its own kind of bubble, so no one could hear it in. And, yeah, it's like okay, now then the somewhat Fire Diary has requested somewhat a team to somewhat say kind of somewhat so in 6 days from now, somewhat us 4 will be leaving to go to the capital of the Land of Fire, right? To the Fire Diary's palace to kind of be somewhat to somewhat watch out for potential enemy shinobi or rogue ninjas, but also we'd also be attending that as guests as well. So we'd be going there more as guests, but with the, of course, with somewhat the mission parameters of obviously being a guest with all the preparations of somewhat being ready for battle, as this is a yearly thing that happens. And yes, every year Naruto really does end up getting attacked. After all, it's kind of like as like all the kind of nobles and rich people and highly influential people from across the Land of Fire meet with the Fire Daimyo. And yeah, though of course this mission's A rank and locked to Jonin, that's why you Free and me are going. I am somewhat going because the Hokage has gone every somewhat year to, of course, inform how the somewhat villages, run, instead of having the Fire Daimyo, somewhat come to Konoha and waste his somewhat, time for maybe a 10 or so minute conversation. Somewhat, it's just best to kind of go there and somewhat kind of inform him, somewhat how the village goes and that. That plus you kind of get to see, some other people and potential kind of like mission customers as well. So they would nod as they should look to Kekkai as those should go there. I presume you somewhat know somewhat what, of course, this means for you, Kakashi, hi, Kage-sama. Now to quirk another and go, like, what do you mean? Well, at least somewhat for, or at least the, say, Fire Daimyo. So if you're say, head of a clan, like, say, Kakashi is, so I'm the last of my clan, and you're, of course, the last of the Uzumaki clan. Pretty much put, say, well, yeah, Kakashi, it'd be somewhat, and say the other heads of the, say, clans, they're all somewhat are considered, say, prince or princesses of somewhat their clans, because they are leaders, kind of, and the Hokage is somewhat deemed the king or queen as I'm female, and yeah, so I of course lead them and Konoha, and of course I'm also somewhat the last Senju, so I am considered a queen. Kakashi is considered a somewhat prince, so you'd be somewhat in a suit and tie. And before you ask, no, it doesn't. Well, yeah, though for somewhat, well, for you, though somewhat you won't be wearing a suit and tie. Now to quirk another and go, why wouldn't I be considered a prince? Well, not quite, due to obviously somewhat the Uzumaki clan being outside of Konoha and somewhat pretty much under their own kind of say rule, and also being close ties to Konoha as a whole. You are actually considered, or at least you're considered a king, or well, yeah, a king, though, oh no, yeah, screw it, yeah, consider someone a king, though, of course, someone instead, though I want you to go as a female, your female self, not to go, why, well, as I said, you can somewhat be attacked, and I believe 3 or 4 years ago, not really sure, I didn't kind of look at the date of when it was kind of the written report was stamped, but the Fire Kage ended up having to fight against an S-rank a rogue S-rank shinobi. So yes, that's kind of why that, and well, yeah, because it's the Fire Daimyo's palace, somewhat females wear dress, so women, females wear dresses, men wear suits and ties and that, which of course somewhat would put you in a tricky situation if a S-rank shinobi were to show up and you are male, because you couldn't just disappear and come back out. You somewhat as a, when a dress and female, it would look odd, and also you'd end up probably also somewhat the would kind of possibly consider you a somewhat kind of like helpful rogue shinobi instead of a somewhat Konoha shinobi. So yeah, you'll be going somewhat as female, just for the potential, just in case of a somewhat eventuality of a somewhat S rank rogue or hired rogue or somewhat rogue shinobi were to attack the fire daimyo. That, and also one other thing is that I've chosen, and the reason why I've chosen you three instead of say someone like Guy or some of the Hayashi, some of the Hyuga head, is because somewhat, firstly, both of you somewhat of kind of trained Naruto a bit or somewhat, though you both, of course, somewhat. Somewhat you say, Kakashi, somewhat you and Naruto have a somewhat have a developing brotherly sisterly bond, which both would nod, and of course somewhat you, somewhat Yuga and somewhat Naruto both have a sisterly bond, and of course a nice strong sisterly bond, somewhat as well as so that's why, because all three would be able to work together the somewhat best, and of course Naruto, you've trained with me, we spar, so you also can work with me the somewhat best as well. So I'm going to nod, so though Naruto does, so I'd be going as my queen or something like that. So I'd go, well, in a way yes, and in a way as a princess. The issue is that due to the fact you're not initially born from Uzugakure and you're born in Konoha, you kind of more consider a princess instead of a queen, because that and the fact you've spent all your life in Konoha, I'd probably place you as a princess instead of a queen, but you still pretty much have to look pretty much like a princess, like a pretty much queen / princess. Naruto somewhat of a sigh and made somewhat nod, and though it'd go well, I guess, if I'm also going to end up potentially maybe one day becoming Hokage, I'm going to have to somewhat deal with this as well, aren't I? Well, as a queen by that point, and yes, and I don't sort of nod, and and so she'd somewhat dismiss them, though she would somewhat tell Naruto that, or at least both. Those who'd go though Yuga, by any chance to have a somewhat a dress, as of course somewhat not from any clan. Though somewhat should go, well, I have dresses, but there's nothing somewhat bad about spending some money and getting a new one. It's snattered somewhat nodders. Well, it seems like the three of us will be going somewhat clothes shopping together, and that would allow us somewhat grown. And somewhat 4 days somewhat later, in those 4 days, Naruto had been somewhat, definitely did moan about having to somewhat, of course, wear somewhat dress. He was fine in heels, as after all somewhat big. Kat had made sure he could, while Yuga had made sure he could when training to somewhat introduction, and of course due to those seduction training, she also taught Naruto manners, and that of course there was a time to be somewhat a say high class person with somewhat only somewhat would look down at anyone that didn't somewhat use manners at all. Then there's obviously somewhat fun kind of playtime one. Then there's the there's the sexy kind of somewhat slut mode-ish. Yeah. And yeah, that, and also somewhat the fact he'd also have to somewhat makeup as well, so he was very much not happy. Though Tsunade did point out that could always somewhat wear yukata as well, a somewhat yukata. I think that's how you say yukata. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering the name completely because I haven't heard how you say it in quite some time. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah, so Naruto had shut that down and had said, fine, dress, she'd said. Yeah. Anyway, though, of course, somewhat, there would be a day as they'd be somewhat going through the treetops, like, pretty much catch fastest as both Tsunade and Kakashi and Naruto could easily go faster, Naruto even more so. Yeah, and Naruto could jump up to a 4-tailed state, send shock into her legs, and just casually shatter the speed of sound. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so of course, somewhat time would go by as they would arrive. And, well, yeah, of course, somewhat Naruto was in his female state due to the somewhat kind of, somewhat fact that, well, yeah, they potentially, well, depending on the fight, somewhat daimyo may allow them to stay in his palace, or they may have to go somewhere else. Though more than likely, somewhat, well, yeah, more than likely they'd be staying in this palace. Yeah. And though after some time, they'd somewhat arrive at the front gates, and somewhat after, somewhat, yeah, after Tsunade, of course, actually, somewhat shown, the somewhat, the request from the fire daimyo, somewhat they nodded and would let somewhat of them pass. Though one would of course follow them, while two would follow one in the front, leading them, and another one behind to make sure no one obviously goes somewhat off somewhere. And yeah, somewhat they'd be told to stop sometime, somewhat after a bit of walking into the palace, and yeah, after a minute or so, they'd be somewhat let through into kind of the sort of, well, the throne room. Yeah, and though somewhat, and yeah, they would somewhat talk in that, and he'd the fire daimyo would call one of his somewhat servants to not servants, maids, to somewhat show them to their somewhat rooms. And yeah, and so they somewhat cool, after going there, somewhat, yeah, and so of course somewhat 2 days, the somewhat next, though somewhat the next day, as it was kind of late by the time they kind of somewhat unpacked everything, it was somewhat starting to get late. And yeah, though of course one of these somewhat maids we'd also show them to the somewhat bathhouse, and also somewhat of course there would be 2 different baths, one for the men, one for the women, and well, there'd be a 3rd and 4th one for the somewhat maids and butlers as well. Yeah, and so yeah, the somewhat next day, and while they somewhat get the proper lowdown, also of course somewhat during those somewhat 4 days of that, the fire daimyo Tsunade had sent obviously who should be coming with, and he'd though she'd also someone had asked, of course someone had told Naruto, well not Naruto, had told the iodine of somewhat Naruto's abilities like shapeshifting and that. And yeah, the somewhat response had confirmed that he would pretty much never really be considered a prince due to the shapeshifting ability and the fact he gets stronger in his kitsune state with every single tale, so he would be considered a princess any time somewhat this like yearly mission comes somewhat up. And it'd be considered princess due to the fact he was born in Konoha. Yeah, if he was born in Uzgakure and then raised in Konoha like Kushina, then she would indeed be considered a queen, but instead she was a princess. And of course Tsunade had told Naruto this. The only time he did say that Naruto would be considered a prince would be more so when he'd somewhat, like, if it was more kind of like, just say maybe like a kind of like couple of, like maybe say just say like my son some like say birthday party and some I say personally request Naruto, then that would be the possibly the only real time, unless I know, or at least I've had potential hints that a well as Shinobi would be assassination may happen, then yeah, otherwise no, that would be the only possible time that Naruto would be considered a prince and male pretty much, but otherwise yeah. Though Naruto was just somewhat fine somewhat with that, and the only really reason why he was somewhat disliking somewhat either the need for justice and that were mainly kind of not due to the fact that, well, it's more so kind of due to the initial fact that, you know, Tsunade didn't bother to tell them she'd confirmed that she had the scroll for over a month, and yeah, that was the real reason Naruto was kind of moaning that if, you know, could have easily told Naruto a month ago that, oh hey, you know, I may be going on a mission with you and you'd have to go somewhat your female self wearing a somewhat dress, kind of look like a princess or queen. Yeah, Naruto would then been fine, but knowing 6 days before the mission was meant to start kind of annoyed him a bit. So yeah, that was the main reason why. That and kind of the somewhat kind of like slight rush. So yeah, because yeah, Naruto had an idea of an actual somewhat potential kind of maybe somewhat princessy kind of dress, but due to the somewhat rush, didn't somewhat be able to kind of have it. So, oh well. Anyway, though, somewhat after they would obviously somewhat look somewhat about the place and where potential entrance for obviously somewhat shinobi and potential people, somewhat would look all throughout the place and where it would obviously somewhat be held, and also would look at the people who would be somewhat invited just in case there are any known somewhat potential rogue ninjas, either from the name if they're stupid or from the picture. And yeah, because that was always a potential thing, like a rogue ninja could end up getting such popularity and fame and that. And that to the extent that the fight would obviously somewhat invite, but wouldn't maybe somewhat know that the person was indeed a rogue shinobi. And yeah. Anyway, though finally somewhat it'd be the day, and well, yeah. Gusto Tsunade was somewhat with Naruto kind of somewhat, well, yeah, so they were kind of helping kind of one another, somewhat getting dressed, and somewhat that. Because somewhat why not character was obviously somewhat off in her own somewhat room getting dressed as well. And Kekkai was also getting dressed in his somewhat kind of suit and tie to look somewhat like a prince. And yeah, I don't exactly know what Naruto may look like, but I guess it'd be more of like a somewhat white dress, though somewhat Tsunade, though both, well yeah, Tsunade, well yeah, when Naruto mentioned that he wanted a kind of somewhat princessy, kind of like red princessy dress, because it was kind of like the title of pretty much princess now was in the, yeah, Tsunade somewhat kind of agree that Naruto, or well yeah, being obviously somewhat Uzumaki, but generally somewhat red. So yeah, the hair was obviously somewhat red and generally, yeah, so red dress would somewhat fit, but of course they due to the of course time constraints which Tsunade had said sorry, and that the somewhat next issue would somewhat tell Naruto a month ahead. Though Naruto somewhat would just not, because there's no point getting a red dress now to potentially find out in a year's time that the oh yeah, that she's taller and that, because after all Naruto's only what well no, yeah, around 4'11". Well, no, it would be around somewhat 5 foot now. 5 foot something. Can't remember what his canon age, height was now. 1 sec. Yeah, so I'd say Naruto would be around about, say, 5'2", because apparently Naruto's canon part 2 age is 166 centimeters, or around about 5, or at least somewhat, or according to Google, 5'4", 4'6", 'Or he's kind of, yeah, 5'5", 5'5" yeah. Okay, so 5'5", never mind. So it'd be around 5, yeah, so still 5'2". Yeah. Anyway, his chest did somewhat, of course, grow out during those somewhat years, and it grown out from a small B to a somewhat that was to a somewhat mid B cup, though Snyder somewhat knew that Naruto within probably the next couple months would end up hitting the rapid development phase of generally small women, or at least Uzumaki women, when it came to their general chest and body. So where they would rapidly grow in height from say 4 foot to 5'10" or 6 foot, and their chest size would also rapidly develop like the rest of some of the body. So yeah. Anyway, so they would someone go, and generally the place was somewhat fine, though somewhat Naruto, because someone was just somewhat in kind of like princess mode, so just somewhat just pure, of course, I can't manners and that. And well, yes, so far somewhat an hour into it, and so far everything was going perfectly somewhat fine. Tonight I'd gone off and had spent as much as 5 minutes with the fire damage before coming back and saying update was done. Park going home and something like that stayed that somewhat that fast. I said somewhat I did, yeah, it somewhat really wasn't all that kind of much after all. They'd somewhat they just kind of nodded and yeah. And yeah, though they would somewhat, of course, kind of somewhat look around, though, should ask any suspicious people, and that would go, so far, no, I haven't seen anyone. What about you? No. I'm surprised you haven't gone over to, say, some like Cat or Kakashi's. That would somewhat shrug and go, meh. Somewhat. Well, if I go with them, I'm going to end up either being either going, somewhat this is my sister, or hey, this is my somewhat either little sister, or somewhat people would think that AM is somewhat girlfriend or wife or that, and yeah, no thanks. It's not who'd somewhat chuckle and would nod. Though, and somewhat though somewhat that the fire down, or at least one of the fire dummies. Somewhat people thought you was somewhat my somewhat son. It's not to go mentally somewhat you'd kind of think as it'd go, well, I guess I'd rather be your son than be somewhat compared to, or at least say potentially people thinking that I'm Kakashi's girlfriend or wife or that. So no, they would just nod and yeah. Though, as of course the day would go on and it would and somewhat they would of course carry somewhat on into somewhat the early night. As yeah, those that had somewhat gone with, but yeah, talk to obviously somewhat people there, and even had somewhat been asked out on dates a few times, though had politely turned them somewhat down. And yeah, though one had somewhat offered to kind of have a dance, which initially not had thought about turning it down, but it then went, screw it, because if I turn everyone down, they're going to be suspicious. Either that or they're going to think I'm cold-hearted, or I already have someone and I didn't bother to bring them, so yeah, decided to somewhat, well yeah, did somewhat accepted this the somewhat person's offer to dance, and yeah. Though now somewhat would be kind of somewhat with Kekashi as to go somewhat well sensei, anyone just somewhat have you somewhat felt that the chakra somewhat do you feel that kind of chakra spike a couple or something a minute or so ago? I'm not the only one that's also felt it. Not somewhat nod, so somewhat what so do you think they'll be attacking soon? Yes, I believe somewhat once the party, or once the somewhat the maids and butlers start bringing out or at least somewhat start bringing out the wine and that, they may go somewhat attack. After all, somewhat having though somewhat fighting against some people that are tipsy are a lot better and somewhat easier than fighting against people that are sober. Somewhat should just nod as should yeah, they'd talk for somewhat a bit when somewhat would go yeah, somewhat well yes, and I'd put her hand somewhat on that shoulders, and after kind of somewhat look up and somewhat towards Sonata should go, well somewhat I'll probably have somebody, so why don't we go for a dance now, Naruto? I've seen you somewhat dance with a couple of these somewhat men. yeah, Kekkai should go, oh, looking for a potential, somewhat, looking for a potential partner. Shut it, Sensei. Naruto, kind of slightly stutter out, somewhat being red. Going red, and no, I knew somewhat all the men that have asked me, I've turned them down for dates. Oh? No, somewhat, I should go, though somewhat I've always wondered, somewhat though that would somewhat drag Tsunade in before he could somewhat finish somewhat what he'd say, what Kekkai should somewhat say. Tsunade would somewhat chuckle as Tsunade, of course, somewhat did know where Kekkai was going. Somewhat had Naruto kind of tested out her actual form, like between her legs, and if so, then did she like it? Somewhat did she somewhat like somewhat as a male or as a female? Yeah, though Naruto would never somewhat answer that question. Anyway. And yeah, though somewhat as of course they'd somewhat though after somewhat the dance, and of course during the dance somewhat they had of course somewhat filled Naruto in on the chakra spike. Though Naruto would say that she also had felt it, and from what place, which Naruto would tell that it was definitely somewhat a definitely of a person who she'd consider to be around about a Jonin. And yeah, Naruto somewhat just nod, and yeah, though somewhat after the dance, of course, though somewhat after that dance, somewhat Tsunade'd go over and perceive to somewhat kind of, well no, they'd somewhat walk over as somewhat they would spot Yugao kind of somewhat having a dance with a somewhat male. Though once Nat and Tsunade'd walk over to similar table, Tsunade'd pick up similarly 2 glasses. As somewhat Nat'd go, what, are you gonna drink those? Are you gonna drink 2 of them? Tsunade go, what? No, here. As Nat go, what but? It's like, no buts. Don't forget. Most people here very much see you as a 20-year-old somewhat woman. That plus obviously not only do someone look also pretty, and while it'd be somewhat ashamed to somewhat leave all this somewhat kind of wine here, plus not like you'd get drunk off of this. Not to just somewhat roll her eyes as she'd somewhat sigh as they would kind of somewhat, or at least somewhat have a, just somewhat drink. So, because it wasn't Natsu's first time drinking, our first time was with Tsunade, and Tsunade decided to see what would happen somewhat with a drunk Naruto, and a somewhat, drunk Naruto was was somewhat just someone who seemed to be very much seemed to be able to get lost and end up in the weirdest of places. Yeah, that, and also seemed to be able to find just random places that she had no idea existed or had forgotten over the 40 odd years that she'd been alive for. And yeah, though she ended up agreeing that, though she ended up kind of eventually realizing that a drunk Naruto would a drunk Naruto in charge would probably end up somehow getting the entire village lost. It was Naruto. It was a highly possibility that Naruto could probably potentially do anything due to his unpredictability, and being drunk was one of those that you really didn't want to know of. After all, how bad would be a drunk, somewhat angry Naruto? Would Naruto somewhat end up seemingly kind of be like so strong he'd look like a god, or would he be like a child? Who knows? Who knows indeed? Though half an hour would go by as they could see like a load of the people were starting to slowly get a bit tipsy here and there. And a couple minutes later, a boom would be heard as they would start to be. Of course, people would immediately start panicking, though Kekkai. Kekkai. Oh no, Naruto would somewhat immediately send shadow clones to the fire daimyo to obviously make sure he somewhat stays alive. And so yeah, so now they would go well somewhat. Though I guess you somewhat I guess this is the first time you get to use your somewhat technique in battle, eh? Somewhat Naruto, as Naruto would go, I guess so. Yeah. Though somewhat as the seemingly, though of course somewhat Tsunade, Kekkai and somewhat Yuga would try and obviously get the people somewhat out. And now to sort of shadow clones would stay with the fire daimyo as he'd somewhat stay close to Kekkai and Yuga. And it's kind of Tsunade and Naruto would stay to kind of go up against the threat, and then the enemies would pour in and they would somewhat kind of look at one another and would go, this is going to be one heck of a long fight, as there were indeed at least 4, if not 10, around somewhat at least 5 to 6 A rank rogue nin, and at least maybe 24, around like the same amount, if not say 10 to 15 B ranks, and a load of just kind of bandits and that, and and so the fight would somewhat start as though of course somewhat as the people would leave, the somewhat fire daimyo would kind of stay kind of by like one of the exits, as somebody would watch as the two would, as somewhat both Naruto and Tsunade would seem to be able to somewhat fight them, and like if they cut any, obviously somewhat with somewhat blood or killed any, they simply didn't get even a bit of blood on them, which showed to him their somewhat skill, and though eventually Naruto would end up kind of somewhat getting bored of just the manual kind of hand-to-hand fight and decided to finally go for that, and seeing that there were really nobody left besides from the fire daimyo occasionally popping his head into kind of somewhat see, and though Naruto would go Naruto would go, hey Barchan, how big somewhat of a crack could you make before it comes to creators? So I'd go, pretty big. Why that? Well, I guess time to kick it up a notch and deal with them. So I'd go, so you're gonna kill, So I would just somewhat nod as she'd whack the ground, causing it to very much crack. Now to jump into the air and would somewhat throw just 2 kunai, though those 2 kunai would quickly somewhat multiply into quite easily 1,000, if not thousands. And they'd all impact the side. 1 or 2 of the somewhat shadow shuriken, shadow kunais would kill or somewhat damage people, but otherwise they mainly somewhat hit the ground though. They'd go, though they'd somewhat mock Naruto for bad aimers. Naruto go, well, too bad, don't blink, as she'd disappear in a somewhat kind of white and blonde, well yeah, a more kind of just white flash due to the main somewhat the main thing of main clothes just being straight up somewhat a white dress with heels, and yeah. And say the second day somewhat she disappeared in white flash, the people had started to immediately go, get out, get out, get out, get out. Somewhat this is the somewhat we've massively overestimated this. The somewhat yellow flash of the leaf had a, because the person would be somewhat killed. Just go, no, you can't say that out loud. And she disappear, and yeah. Yes, and I do somewhat kind of just stand there, kind of just watching as, a couple, somewhat 4 seconds later, 4 seconds later, Naruto would somewhat appear back with somewhat Tsunade, the two actual somewhat kunai she threw back in her hands, as the rest would go up in a puff of smoke. Tsunade would go, well then, what version was that? Somewhat version 2, right? Somewhat, yeah, and actually just, all is my shadow clone, somewhat within, somewhat 3 days ago, had just finished the somewhat, just somewhat finished learning the, or at least finally cracked the Horizon version 2, and so I put them somewhat on the, so these are the somewhat first 2 kunai I only have 2, which Naruto would just somewhat just Naruto's just go, well, yeah, and yeah, with that guys, I'm going to end this part here. So if you have enjoyed this part, tell me in the comments down below. And yeah guys, from here on out, the somewhat there are going to be more somewhat missions. So what if kind of maybe pace may slow down a bit, but I'll try and keep it at a slightly steady pace, though it may definitely slow down. Just want to say that, and yeah. Anyway guys, as I said, this is going to be the end of the what if here, so if you have enjoyed it, tell me in the comments down below, and yeah guys, hope you have a good day or night, depending on wherever you are and whenever you watch this, and hey, good bye.